Good morning, second grade. Before we get started, let's review what we've been talking about all week. The first thing is the different kinds of letters we have. Remember, all our letters and then even all our phonograms are one of two different things, a blocked sound or an unblocked sound. What do we call that kind of letter where something blocks the sound like B in B or T? All right, that is a consonant. That's one of our kinds of letters. What's our other kind of letter? Not a consonant, but a good vowel. All right, our two kinds of letters are consonants and vowels. Class, which one do we need to have a word? I hope you said vowels. Almost all of our words have consonants, but not every single one. Well, I can think of a couple words right now where it's just one vowel and there's no consonants. Remember, the vowels are what we need for a word, or if it's a multi-syllable word, we have to have one vowel in each syllable. These guys are so important. What are our vowels, class? Our vowels are, there's just 6. I hope we remember them. A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. All right, perfect. So we've got 2 different kinds of letters in our alphabet. And in English, we also have 2 different kinds of syllables. All right, class, you can tell me one of our kinds of syllables. Oh, I think I heard Marley say closed. Good job, Marley. Closed is the kind of syllable that we've been talking about all week. All right, what's the opposite of closed? Open, of course, and that is our other kind of syllable. All right, now closed syllables, what kind of a letter do they start with? All right, I hope we said that closed syllables start with a consonant. Remember, our C words go together with our kinds of letters and our kinds of syllables. All right, well, if a closed syllable starts with a consonant, if a closed syllable ends with a consonant, what do you think an open syllable ends with? You think it ends with a vowel? I think you're right. So let's get into some open syllable words. All right, so let's do some open syllable words. So an open syllable just means that there's a vowel at the end. Remember, in a closed syllable, a consonant's at the end. An open syllable ends with a vowel. Now, in a closed syllable, actually, I'll back up just a second. All of our vowels have at least how many sounds, class? I hope you're showing me this. Remember, all of our vowels have at least 2 sounds. They have between 2 and 4 sounds. So in our closed syllables, our vowel usually says what sound? Right, it's first sound, right? Just like we've been working on the past few days. That's in a closed syllable. Remember, our single vowel says its first sound. Well, in an open syllable, when the vowel is at the end of the syllable, the vowel can say its name. When we say the vowel's name, we also mean its second sound. So that's the same as whatever we're saying if you're singing the alphabet song, what you say for that letter is its name. So for example, when we say our vowels are A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y, those are our vowels' names, A, E, I, O, U. Y, we treat it like I, remember? So when we say the vowels are saying the names or the second sound, so all those names, A, E, I, O, U, those are the same as the second sound of the vowel. All right, so in an open syllable, our vowel can say its name or its second sound. So let's see that in action. All right, the very shortest word that I know of, one of them, is the word a. Class, what's our word? Good, a. I saw a red car at the stop sign. A. All right, class, what sound is in the word a? Just a, right? We use a-ah, of course. And our a-ah is able to say its name because it's what kind of a syllable? Good, an open syllable. All right, so go ahead and write that word a. Say it while you write it. All right, class, put your finger under that phonogram you just wrote and read what you wrote to me. Good, a. Right. So this phonogram is able to say its name, which is the same as its second sound because it's what kind of syllable? Good, an open syllable. Just this one letter makes up a syllable all by itself. And since it's a vowel, that means the vowel's at the end, even though there's nothing before it. So it's able to say its name, a. All right, class, how would we mark this? All right, so remember that if our vowel says its first sound, we don't mark it at all. But if it says its name, what do we do to show that? We underline it. Remember, like when we have our silent final E job 1, the underlining lets us know when we're going back and reading our word, oh, that is saying its name. All right, class, let's read our word. A. All right, that's all there is to it. Our next word, oh, this one is also just one letter. It's the word I. Class, what's our word? Good, I. I went to the grocery store yesterday. I. Now, before we do this, whenever you're talking about yourself and you use the word I don't know why, but in English, we always capitalize it. So if you're writing about yourself, you would never write that for the word that means you talking about yourself. We don't do that. We always capitalize it, even if it's in the middle of a sentence. All right, so our word is I. We know we're going to use what kind of letter? Well, right, a capital letter. Okay, and what sounds are in I? Just that one sound, right? I. We can't take it apart any further. It's it-I-E. And how does our it-I-E say its name? Right, it's an open syllable. All right, so make sure you capitalize it. Go ahead and write the word I. All right, class, put your finger under that word you just wrote. What is it? Good. I. So we always capitalize it. All right, class, how would we mark this? See, it's not saying its first sound. We don't see this and say I. We say I, so that's either its name or its second sound. So how do we show that this is saying its name or its second sound? Good, we underline it. All right, class, let's read our word. Good, I. These are the only two words in English that I know of where we only have one letter. But you see they're both vowels. Remember, we cannot have a word with just a consonant or a word without any vowels. The vowel is what makes the syllable or the word. All right, well, let's get into some longer ones. All right, our next word is she. What's the word? Good, she. My mom said that she would call me later. She. What sounds do we hear in the word she? Good, our sounds are sh, e. All right, this e is e. Class, our e is able to say its name because it's in what kind of a syllable? Good, an open syllable. That just means our vowel's at the end of the syllable. and that lets it say its name. All right, so go ahead and write the sounds in she. Say them while you write them. All right, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word you just wrote, class. What is it? Good. Sh. E. All right, class, and our E is saying its name because it's in what kind of syllable? Good. An open syllable. All right, let's mark our word. Does this need a marking? We need both letters to make that sound, don't we? And does this one need a marking? I hope you're showing me this. We need to underline it to show that it's saying its name. I don't want to think the word is she, right? I need to know this is saying its name or its second sound, so I'm going to underline that as well. All right, class, let's read our word. Good, she. All right, let's see. Our next word is my. What's the word? Good, my. I can't believe you took my pencil. My. All right, class. What sounds do we hear in the word my? Good, our sounds are I. All right, now, our I is ya, I-E. Class, which I are we going to use in my? Good, we're going to use ya, I-E. And it's able to say its vowel name. Remember, its vowel name is the same as our I-E, so its second vowel sound, or its vowel name is I. It's able to say I because it's in what kind of syllable? Good, because it's in an open syllable. Go ahead and write the sounds in my and say them while you write them. All right, class, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word. What is it? Good. I. And which I do we use? All right, this one we use ya, I-E. All right, class, does this need a marking? How about this one? All right, so this one, to show that it's saying, so just like any of our other vowels, when they say their names, what do we do? Good, we underline them. So remember, Y's vowel name is I, because that's also its second vowel sound. So what are we going to do to this guy? Exactly, we're going to underline it. So go ahead and pick up your pencil and do that. And let's read our word. My. Good. Now, I meant to say when we were doing this, but I forgot. This is a very strange word in English because, who can tell me why this is weird? Weird English word, or it's breaking a rule. All right. If you said English words do not end with I, thumbs up for you. This one is the only exception to that rule that I know, but it's funny because we use it all the time. All right, so English words do not end with I except, for some reason, this one. So when I taught us this, I should have reminded us that this is an odd word because whenever we have that I sound at the end of a word, we can't, unless it's this word, we can't use I-E. Class, what do we use instead? Exactly, we use our ya, I-E. All right, so let's actually do a few more words that end with that I sound, but we use what we have to use in English, unless it's this word. All right, so let's do the word try. Please try your hardest. Try. What sounds do you hear in the word try? Good, our sounds are t, r, I. All right, so this I We can't use it, I-E. What would we use instead? Excellent. We would use our ya, it, I-E instead. And wait, how is our ya, it, I-E able to say I in the word try? What kind of syllable is it? Good. It's an open syllable. All right, write the sounds in try and say them while you write them. All right, class, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word. What is it? Good. I. And which I do we use? Good, yeah. I-E. Because English words don't end with I, so we use Y instead when we need that one of those I sounds at the end of our word. All right. Does this need a marking? How about this one? How about this one? All right, whenever this says I, that's its vowel name. When this is a vowel, when it's acting as a vowel, which we know it has to be because there's no other vowels in that word, its name is I. So what are we going to do to it? Perfect. We're going to underline it. All right, let's see. All right, our next word is no. What's the word? Good. No. No, you may not stand on your head right now. No. All right, class, what sounds do you hear in the word no? Good. Our sounds are n, o. All right, this is a-o-oo. Class, our a-o-oo is able to say o in this word because this word is what kind of a syllable? Good, an open syllable. All right, so go ahead and write the sounds in the word no. Say them while you write them. All right, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word. Class, what is it? Good. N, O. All right, excellent. Does this need a marking, class? How about this one? All right, our a-o-oo is saying its second sound, which is also its name, what we call it. What do we do to any vowel that's saying its name? Or second sound? Those mean the same thing, name and second sound. Of course, we have to underline it. All right, let's do that. And let's read our word. All right, nice job, class. All right, class, so we won't do any words with our last vowel. Let's see, we've done A, E, I, O, and Y. Which vowel is missing? All right, we haven't done a word with this one yet. All right, and we won't today right now because let's say the four sounds of this vowel, class, what are they? Good, u, oo, or. Excellent. All right, this one is funny because you might remember, all right, of its four sounds, it's got its first sound, right? Like we were using earlier this week. The middle two sounds, listen one more time to the way I always say that phonogram, u, oo, or. So you hear I say the first sound, I put the second and third sounds really close together, and then I say the fourth sound. The reason is that this kind of has two names. So its names are the second and third sounds. So u, oo, or. We talked about this a little bit when we were working on silent final E's, some of you. U, its second sound, right? That's its name. That's what we call it when we're saying the alphabet. Its third sound, oo, I like to call its nickname, right? Because oo is like we took its name U and just knocked off that first sound. All right, so this can say either its name or its nickname anytime it's saying its name. So that's in an open syllable as well as with a silent final E, job 1. So this one can get a little more complicated. Also, because we don't use this at the end of a word, all our words with this would be at least 2 syllables. So we're not going to get into that right now, but I do want us to be remembering that our vowels can say their name when they are in what kind of syllable? Excellent, when they are in an open syllable. All right, nice work, class. I'll see you in the next video.